Her influencer twin stole her identity, fame, and credentials. But instead of fighting back in public, she became an anonymous hacker and erased her entire career. Just when it all seems over, a hidden camera reveals the truth. Her sister never left. And now she's watching. It started with a DM from someone I didn't know. "Crazy, you and Ava have the same degree. What are the odds?" Grinning face was wet. I stared at the message, confused, then annoyed. Because I didn't have a degree in holistic wellness branding. I had a double major in biotech and human systems engineering. What Ava had was my face. And now, apparently, my credentials. Ava, my identical twin, was internet famous. Like blue checkmark, free skincare hauls, just casually collabing with tech billionaires famous. She was the golden twin. The loud one. The curated one. She used to say things like, "Privacy is for people with something to hide," while I studied in libraries and built AI models in silence. We hadn't spoken in months, maybe longer. Not since she moved to LA and reinvented herself. But the DM sparked something. So I started looking. And what I found made me want to set the whole internet on fire. Her blog had a bio. Neuroscience researcher turned digital wellness pioneer. Trained in behavioral AI, credentialed in medical-grade neurofeedback. All of that? Mine. She didn't just take my photo. She took my life. Old pics from my private socials. Filtered, brightened, captioned like they were hers. TED Talk quotes I'd written in notebooks during grad school. In her captions. Even a clip of my voice from a campus panel, chopped and overdubbed into her behind-the-scenes vlog. The digital trail was deep. Sloppy in places. But believable. Because when your face matches the lie, people don't ask questions. They click. I thought about calling her. Thought about confronting her. But then I thought about every family dinner where she told me to be less intense. Every time she called my work too niche. Every time she said I had main character syndrome, while stealing the narrative behind my back. No. I wasn't going to warn her. I was going to erase her. The first strike was subtle. A glitchy video file sent anonymously to one of her biggest sponsors. Wellness company called GlowNest. A heavily edited clip of Ava talking off camera, mocking their products as scammy as F******. They dropped her by the next morning. She posted a tearful Instagram story saying she was blindsided. I wasn't even warmed up yet. The second strike was data. I hacked into her content calendar using credentials she never changed from high school. Yes, really, Ava Queen 2009, and set up posts she never scheduled. Politically problematic quotes, contradictory health claims, duplicate brand promos. The algorithm punished her instantly. One brand threatened legal action. 2 more cut ties within 48 hours. Her engagement tanked by 60% in a week. But she kept posting. Kept pretending everything was fine. The third strike was the kill shot. I created a Reddit thread under the handle Deep Twin Truth, complete with time-stamped evidence, comparison photos, metadata from my original files, and one final bombshell. A clip of Ava, recorded from a hidden phone camera 2 years ago, laughing with a friend at a party and saying, I just use my sister's brain and a ring light. No one really cares who's behind the screen." That went viral. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube breakdowns. The phrase ring light PhD started trending. Ava tried to fight it. Said she was being impersonated. Said it was deep faked. Said she was the real victim. But the receipts didn't lie. And the internet? It doesn't give grace to liars with check marks. Her collapse was fast and brutal. Brand deals gone. Fans disillusioned. PR firm dropped her. Then came the press articles. The influencer who faked her way to fame, using her own twin's identity. I never revealed who I was. Didn't need to. I just logged out quietly. Watched the empire she stole crumble from the inside. And in the silence after the storm I smiled. Because I hadn't ruined her life. She did that the moment she thought no one would ever outsmart her. I thought she'd disappear. Go quiet. Fade into a digital graveyard like every influencer who got caught lying one too many times. But Ava? No. She did what she always does. She pivoted. A week after the takedown, her socials went dark. I thought maybe she'd finally crawled back to real life, but then I saw it. A new Instagram handle. @Ava Unfiltered. Same face. Different vibe. No filters. Bare-face selfies. Long captions about being manipulated, finding her truth, and breaking free from a toxic narrative. She called herself a victim of deep fake culture. Claimed the real imposter was someone pretending to be her online. Said her sister, me, had always been jealous. I almost laughed. She wasn't just doubling down. She was rebranding the cancellation as a redemption arc. And worse? It was working. The comments were back. Maybe she was framed. You don't get that big without a few haters. Leave Ava alone. Brands started circling again quietly, testing the waters, seeing if the internet would forgive. That's when I knew. If I wanted this over, really over, I had to step out of the shadows. I debated it for days. Going public meant giving up anonymity, my career in tech, my reputation as the quiet one. It meant feeding the machine I'd always hated. But it also meant the truth would stick. So I started planning my reveal the same way she built her lie, methodically, one piece at a time. First, I gathered everything. My diplomas, conference photos, journal publications with time-stamped author credits, email correspondence showing Ava requesting brand language suggestions that matched my academic work word for word. Then I got a lawyer. Not for me. For the statement. Because if I was going to break the internet, I was doing it legally, surgically, and without leaving so much as a scratch for Ava to cling to. The post dropped on a Thursday at noon. A clean, white background video. No music. No drama. Just me. Real me. The nobody twin. I introduced myself. Told the story. Pointed to the evidence. I don't want fame. I just want my identity back. And maybe for once, some silence. That line? Went everywhere. Within 24 hours, the post had 2.3 million views. Ava unfiltered? Gone. Again. This time with no goodbye, no tears, no healing posts. Just black screen silence. A week later I got an email. No subject line. No signature. Just one line. You win. Take it all. I deleted it. Didn't even open the attachment. Because I didn't need to see what she was offering. I already had what she tried to steal. And now, I own the truth. But the thing about ending someone publicly is that you don't always get peace after the explosion. Because now I was visible. And people wanted more. I never wanted followers. I wanted justice. But when you go viral for exposing a fraud, people don't just applaud. They subscribe. After the reveal, everything changed. My inbox flooded with messages. Some grateful, some curious, some aggressively nosy. People called me brave. A whistleblower. A genius. One person even said, "You're like the Aaron Brockovich of influencers." Which, no. I was just someone whose identity got hijacked and decided not to take it lying down. But the internet? The internet doesn't let you fade quietly after a story like mine. Within a month, I had 400K followers. By the second month, brands that Ava used to work with started reaching out to me. Irony? Suffocating. I ignored the offers. Tried to stay grounded. I went back to work, teaching at a local university, picking up where I left off in a lab that still had my name on the door. But there was this buzz around me now. Every lecture came with whispers. Students treating me like a celebrity. Coworkers who never noticed me suddenly asking if I'd read their blogs. And then there were the messages, anonymous accounts sending cryptic notes like, "You think you ended her? Fame has two faces. Check your mirror." At first I thought it was just trolls. But then the leaks started. Private journal entries I'd written years ago, posted on a shady subreddit. Old photos from my college laptop. Nothing explicit, just private, raw, vulnerable. They were twisted, captioned, and shared like they were part of some exposé. The narrative flipped overnight. Was the real sister really the victim? Exposer becomes the exposed. Two sisters, one obsession. And someone, I don't know who, created a new burner account at the other twin. Posting daily. Old messages. Edited screenshots. AI-generated voice clips that sounded like me, saying things I never said. At first I tried to play it cool. Ignore it. Focus on the work. But then a student dropped out of my course saying, "I don't know what to believe anymore." That's when it hit me. Ava may have lost her platform. But someone still had a backup drive. I started digging again. Traced metadata from the posts. Used social graph analysis on the burner accounts. Every lead went cold. Except one. A private Dropbox folder, embedded in a post from at the other twin, titled "Proof She's Just Like Her Sister." Inside. Footage. From inside my house. From this year. Someone had hacked me. Maybe Ava. Maybe someone working with her. Or maybe someone who wanted me to become the villain next. Because the story wasn't over. It was evolving. And now, I was the target. You'd think taking back your life would be the end of the story. But the thing about becoming the real one online? It makes you a target for every stranger who thinks they know the plot better than you do. And some of them aren't strangers at all. The footage from inside my house shook me. It wasn't from a webcam. Not from my phone. It was from an angle above my desk, right where an old photo frame used to sit. The one Ava gave me years ago. I had always thought it was just sentimental. Turns out it was smart tech. A tiny hidden lens embedded inside. Linked to a dummy Clout account buried under a maze of VPNs and spoofed IPs. I stared at the footage, me pacing, typing, laughing at a YouTube clip. Nothing scandalous, but intimate. Uninvited. Someone had been watching me. And broadcasting it. I tore my house apart that night. Found a second camera inside a potted plant on my bookshelf. Another in the vent above my bathroom mirror. Paranoia doesn't cover it. This wasn't some fan. This wasn't Ava just trying to reclaim Clout. This was deliberate. And I knew exactly who to call. Enter Bryn. Cybersecurity analyst. Former classmate. Current friend. A woman who once shut down a deepfake ring run by college students using Snapchat filters and daddy's crypto. Within hours, Bryn traced the Dropbox access history. All roads led to an apartment in Echo Park. Registered to a shell company. Leased by a woman named Erin Carver. That name meant nothing. Until Bryn pulled the tenant file and showed me the ID. It was Ava. Ava under a new name. She hadn't gone quiet. She'd gone underground. No more Instagram. No more PR. Just revenge. Private. Precise. Psychological. She didn't want her followers back. She wanted me broken. So I did something I swore I never would. I tracked her down. I showed up at the Echo Park apartment with nothing but a USB stick and the truth. She answered the door barefoot, eyes sunken, hair tied up like she hadn't slept in weeks. She looked smaller. Not physically, spiritually. Like she'd been eaten alive by her own ghost. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just handed her the USB. You want control? I said. Then take it. Watch everything I found. Every camera. Every file. Every trace you left. Because you used to steal my life. And now I own yours. She didn't say a word. Just closed the door. I don't know what she did after that. She deleted the other twin account. The leak stopped. Her Echo Park lease ended 2 weeks later. No forwarding address. Like she vanished. Or maybe, became someone else again. But not as me. Not anymore. Now, I'm offline. I teach. I write. I walk outside without thinking someone's watching me from a flower pot. But every once in a while, I still get tagged in an old Ava meme. Or someone sends me a screenshot of her old videos with captions like, "She really thought we wouldn't find out skull dot." And I smile. Because they did find out. Because I made sure they would. You don't win against people like Ava by screaming louder. You win by pulling the plug on the whole system. And when they look for you, all they find is silence.